Good morning and welcome to Cincy Lifestyle. We've been going back and forth. This is Wednesday, right?
This is Wednesday.
It feels like a Thursday.
And I wish it were Friday. Yes.
That's right. That's right.
Well, thank you for joining us this morning. Got a lot on our program ahead for you.
We sure do.
And some experiences that we've had out and about in the
Yeah,
marketplace.
Like Mona's special gloves.
Yes, right. You know what? I went to the grocery store this week and I had 6 items on my list. Oh, I did this for 6 items on my list. And I ended up spending $145. And it was because
What did you buy?
I know. I
went to
got
Neiman
swept
Marcus,
up
right?
into the, I need to get all this stuff. I need to hoard and buy.
Shelter in place because of the coronavirus.
Yes.
Yep.
But look at the photos. There were no Clorox wipes, no toilet paper at the Kroger. But this was something.
Plenty
Wine
of that.
was full, and my potato chips were available.
Oh,
and there
my.
we go. I bought all the potato chips in case I have to hunker down for weeks and weeks. But one of the things that was, because I said there was plenty of wine, and I'm thinking people might have it wrong. They're buying up toilet paper, but if you're at home with your kids for weeks, you might want to try, for some people,
might want to get a bottle
of
of
wine, right?
What day did you go?
But I went on Monday, and
okay.
I did find this. This is a box of latex disposable gloves.
What again?
For help, yeah.
So are you going to be wearing these around
That
the
was
office
the
now?
one protection thing that I found.
Don't give her any idea.
Thank you, Allie.
We should all be wearing those gloves right now.
That's right.
Well, you know, that whole toilet paper thing and coronavirus actually
Yeah.
helped out a family that made a huge mistake.
this is-
They mail ordered toilet paper, and they intended to get 48 rolls, but because they switched brands, they ended up getting 48 boxes delivered on 2 pallets to their house. Ended up costing them $2,100.
Wow.
That they are going to be set for life.
They are.
Well, no,
On toilet
actually, because of the toilet paper shortage, this happened in Australia because of the toilet paper shortage. They're able to sell off.
They're creating this side hustle.
Good.
out of
Yeah,
it.
well,
Oh,
Toilet
side hustle,
paper.
that's right.
They turned a silk purse into a sow's ear. Oh, by the way,
They're the name of the-
the company they got it from, and it's online. You can find it.
You can look it
is
up.
Who Gives a Bleep, and the bleep rhymes with. Well, the bleep
Snap.
rhymes with trap.
Okay,
Exactly.
yeah.
Who
That's
Gives
right.
a Trap.org sold them that mail order toilet paper.
That's right. And we had fun with that in the office as well. Allie, you had an experience at the grocery store.
Yeah, I mean, it was very similar to you as well, and all the Clorox was gone, but I noticed there was a lot of produce. So I stocked up on broccoli.
Yeah.
And then I got
boy,
one of the
what a
last
thrill.
giant rolls of toilet paper. And of course, it's the most expensive one, and it's the really, really plush ones that are going to clog my toilet. I live in an old building. I am sorry, Wanda.
Don't overclean, is it?
Yes, yes. But in addition to this lovely company that we just discussed about, you know what's worth giving a trap about?
Good job.
Yeah, thank you. It's Heritage Village Museum. It's a small town of 13 historic buildings in Sharon Woods that'll take you back in time. The Heritage Village Museum is your opportunity to experience what rural, small-town Ohio was like back in the 1800s. And today, we're giving you a sneak peek.
Heritage Village Museum is a living history museum. We have a collection of 13 historic buildings, most of which were moved here from other places, and they're all from the 1800s. Right now we are in the Hainer House Ballroom. Hainer House is a Greek Revival house. This will be your first stop when you come to Heritage Village Museum, where we have exhibits. We currently have an exhibit on display that's child's play, and it's toys and games and dolls from the 1800s.
The Hainer House is just one stop of many at Heritage Village Museum. Step outside and step back in time. The trail then leads you to the next 12 buildings, one of them being the Elk Lick House, a Carpenter Gothic cottage originally built in 1818 in Claremont County.
When they added on to the house, they added all this beautiful crenellation above the doorways, and you can tell that, that at the time that it was built on, that there was a lot of wealth with the family that lived here.
The property changed ownership several times, eventually finding its new home at Heritage Village in 1971. Hit the trail again and discover a path beyond dirt and gravel.
Chester Park train station was built in 1872. It got its name from the racetrack that was across the street from it. It was on Spring Grove Avenue. Later that racetrack, later in that area, there was an amusement park called Chester Park.
Walk into Chester Park train station now, and you'll find artifacts that would have been common back in its prime. From flyers to vintage suitcases, it'll make you check your pockets twice for a ticket stub. Now travel down the road once more, and what may be a familiar building awaits.
Kemperlock Home was built in 1804 and on land that they named Walnut Hills, which still bears that name today. It was moved for a while to the Cincinnati Zoo, and now it stays here with us at Heritage Village Museum.
Kemper Log House features a large living room area on the first floor, as well as a dining room with a fireplace and traditional artifacts. Step back outside, and next door stands the Kemper Stone Kitchen. All in all, these are just 4 of the 13 buildings placed in the Heritage Village Museum. There's also a doctor's office, schoolhouse, church, convenience store, and more. But now, it's up to you to explore the rest. Happy discovery!
The Heritage Village Museum is currently open to self-guided tours Wednesday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. But come May, there will be extended hours along with scheduled tours inside the buildings. But if you'd like to learn more information, head to heritagevillageCincinnati.org. Clyde?
Allie, thanks a lot. You know, there's a quote about fathers that really stood out to us, and here it is. A father is neither an anchor to hold us back, nor a sail to take us there, but a guiding light whose love shows us the way. And it's that love that's at the root of everything that's talked about on a podcast called Daddy Duty 365. And right now I want to welcome the host of that, the producer, the owner, the inspiration for it, Shannon Lanier, Emmy Award-winning TV personality, and again, host of Daddy Duty 365. Shannon, thank you for being here.
No, thank you for having me. It's such an important topic that's close to my heart, being a father myself, so I want to make sure everyone knows about Daddy Duty 365.
Well, let's talk a little bit about that. What was the inspiration for you doing this in the first place, and what is Daddy Duty?
Yeah, well, Daddy Duty 365 is a podcast where I interview celebrity fathers about the good, the bad, and the funny of fatherhood. And we have a ball, everything from laughing to crying and everything in between. Because, you know, we have to support these fathers and give an outlet to be positive role models, examples for other fathers that are out there that want to do better. And I think that dads get such a bad rap as it is. I was like, I want to do something to help dads, to really, you know, support them. And especially there's so many good dads out there that are doing what they're supposed to do and handling their business. So on Daddy Duty 365, we support that.
Talk about some of the guests that you've had on the show, because they come from a broad variety of life paths.
Yeah, we've had Tommy Davidson, he's a comedian from In Living Color. We've had Chris Pratt from the Marvel movies. We've had Sting right there, and Shaggy, singers, Boris Kodjoe and his brother Pat Kodjoe, actors. You know, everyone knows Omari Hardwick from the Power series. So, you know, there's Chris. So, you know, we wanted to highlight these celebrity dads that you normally don't hear about their personal lives. You usually hear, what's your latest movie or your newest album that you're doing? But now we get a peek inside their lives and can kind of be a fly on the wall to what it's like for them to be a father. And hopefully that will inspire others to be better dads.
So of all the guests you've had, what was the one piece of advice you heard or the one comment you heard that really stands out the most?
I would have to say Master P surprised me. He's a rap icon, and you know, he's known for that na 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 na, that song. And he talked about, I said, what's your favorite thing to do with your kids? And he said, Bible study. I said, what? Master P, Bible study? And he said, yeah, they have weekly Bible study in their house where they really bring everybody together for an hour and focus on family and God. And then now we've incorporated that in my family. So it's like certain little things like that people can pick up and try to, you know, we talk about, you know, things that went wrong that you try to do as a father, things that went right that you try to do as a father. And so that, I think, really helps in people to try to navigate this life that doesn't come with a handbook.
All right, let's talk right quick about you being dad. Just a few seconds left. What's the most important part of that for you?
The most important part is the love that I give and receive, because just like sometimes, especially my kids are still little, so they still love me, you know?
Yeah, oh yeah.
You get older like, Dad, we don't have time for you.
Somewhere
right
around
now.
about 13, I'm just telling you.
Exactly. So 9, 6, and 4, not at 13 yet, 9, 6, and 4, you know, they just love when you walk in the house and they just say, Daddy, Daddy.
Yeah.
They love me and they hug me up. And that's one of the best parts about being a father.
You might want to videotape that.
I know, trust me. I have many times just so it's set in stone and I can replay it, especially at the graduation, the wedding. wedding, all that stuff.
Right.
Embarrassing things.
Yeah, I hear you. So talk a little bit, let's make sure folks get to Daddy Duty 365.
Yeah.
How can they find you?
Well, you can find me anywhere where podcasts are located. Some people already listen to podcasts. If you don't, go to the website, daddyduty365.com. You can find everything there. And we're also on YouTube because we're now posting the videos from the interviews on
that's
YouTube
great.
as well. And you'll be surprised. A lot of moms love the podcast. A lot of people who aren't parents yet love the podcast. So people love their favorite celebrities. So now you can see a different side of them on the Daddy Duty 365 podcast.
Shannon, thank you for coming and talk with us
Thank you
today.
for having me.
All right, best of luck. Mona?
So proud of him. Well, no matter what you call it, coronavirus, COVID-19, it's really shaking things up, our politics, our economy, and even the way we do or don't shake hands. But for the people at Hawksworth Blood Center, COVID-19 creates a formidable challenge: how to get people over their fears so their life-giving flow of donated blood is not restricted. And I'm so glad here to welcome, to help us work through all of this, is Dr. David O., Chief Medical Officer at Hawksworth Blood Center. Dr. O., thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you so much for inviting
And
me.
talking to us about this. All right, so is the blood supply from COVID-19, people are concerned, is it safe if I'm receiving blood?
So that's a great question. I think I've heard that question many times. Respiratory viruses like this do not transmit to recipients of blood. So people who are receiving blood products should feel safe. The blood products that we're giving have not been found to transmit respiratory virus like COVID-19.
So let's flip that around. So what if I'm someone who wants to donate? Is it safe to donate?
Yeah, so that's one of the really great reasons I'm appreciative of being able to come and talk to you today. We want to let people know that we still need blood during this time period. Patients don't stop needing blood because of this virus outbreak. So to support those patients in the hospital, we need donors to continue to come and donate blood for us. It's safe for donors to come and donate. We do not consider blood drives as being large collections of people. Usually there are small numbers of people kind of flowing through. We ask all of our employees to not come to work if they're not feeling well and healthy, and we ask our donors as well not to come to donate unless they're feeling well and healthy as well. So it should be a healthy population of people coming out to do something that is really helping to support something that's needed in the Cincinnati area.
So talk to me a little bit about the donation centers and what extra steps might people need to know about.
Yeah, so we have experienced some cancellations of blood drives, so it's urgent for us to continue to encourage people who are feeling well and healthy today to come out and donate while they're feeling well and healthy and before more restrictions on individuals are imposed. So like you're stocking up on your toilet paper, we are hoping to stock up a little bit on our red cells so that we have it as more and more outbreaks are reported, or cases are reported in this area. So while people are healthy and are able to donate, we encourage them to come on out and donate.
All right, so we want to get people out there making donations. So tell us where they can go for more information and to make an appointment.
Great, so the best place to go is on the internet at hawksworth.org. And you can there find a list of the mobile drives that are taking place, as well as our fixed sites where people can come on in to donate. And we would encourage people, if they're feeling well and healthy, to come on in and donate.
Okay, really important to get it, especially right now.
Yes.
Thank you so much for coming on and talking about this
Thank
and
you.
clearing up some fears that we may have. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Clyde?
All right, Mona, thanks a lot. Coming up here on Cincy Lifestyle, food, art, and helping your community. Those are just a few of the things you can see and do at the annual Tool Belt Ball this year. We'll tell you more about some of the attractions and who this event will benefit. All that, so much more is coming your way in just a few minutes. Welcome back, and I got a question for you. Have you ever wanted to help people in your community? Well, how about helping by enjoying a 3-course gourmet dinner and enjoying local art? How about that? Well, if that sounds too good to be true, it's not. It is the 4th annual Tool Belt Ball, hosted by the wonderful people at People Working Cooperatively. And joining us now to talk with us a little bit more about that is Randy Camp. She is the Communications and Marketing Manager for PWC, People Working Cooperatively. Thank you so much for being with us, Randy.
Thanks for having me.
So let's just kind of set the ground here, the groundwork a little bit by telling people what exactly PWC is and what it does.
Absolutely. PWC is a nonprofit construction company. We provide critical home repairs, accessibility modifications, and energy conservation for low-income homeowners, veterans, and those maybe living with a disability.
So you make it possible for them to stay in the home and do so more comfortably.
Absolutely.
So talk a little bit about why this kind of assistance from PWC is so important.
Our average, the average income of our clients is below $14,000 a year. So for them having to choose between a home repair, no matter how critical, or food and medications, they're going to have to go with food and medication. So if someone's living without heat in the middle of winter or their lights don't come on for years, they can call PWC and we'll come out to make sure they're able to stay in their home and also stay safe and healthy.
So let's talk a little bit about the tool belt ball,
Yes.
because it's a good way to help people stay in their home in the way you just described. Talk a little bit about what people will find when they go to the tool belt ball. What's that experience like?
The Tool Belt Ball is a black tie gala. We have a cocktail hour followed by the 3-course gourmet meal. We also have a silent auction. We've got several raffles, and we have an art exhibit by local photographers, and those photography exhibits are also up for auction. We also have several other fun activities, so it's just an overall great event.
Any hint on what's on that 3-course meal this year?
It might include filet.
Ooh, okay, sign me up. Well, let's talk about what people might find who've been to previous tool belt balls that's new this year. This is the 4th annual, right?
This is the 4th annual. It's actually our 23rd fundraising gala. So for 19 years, we were tied into the Oscars and movie themed. But in the past 4 years, we've decided to make it more mission focused and really show people what PWC is all about. So in the past 4 years, we've seen our support and our attendance and donations just raise every year, and it just has been a really great asset.
Well, that is good news. That's great news. Talk a little bit then about how people can find you, how they can get tickets, when the event is.
You can find tickets, more information, or even sign up to volunteer at the event at pwchomrepairs.org.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much for being here with us
Thank
today.
you.
All righty, Mona?
Well, the Mishaw House at Turner Farm is centered on roughly 213 acres in the village of Indian Hill. It's an estate stewarding organic farming and wellness. And now, after years of renovations, it's open to the community. And Allie Martin went to learn more. Check it out.
We're currently sitting in the solarium of the Mishaw House. The Mishaw House was one of the equestrian estates that was developed in the 1920s and 30s in Indian Hill. Indian Hill was developed as an equestrian community, and this was one of the first and largest of the equestrian estates at that time. In its former estate, Mrs. Mary Stevenson, later known as Mrs. Mary LeBlond, had developed this, and this was the center of a large equestrian community. It was certainly an active farm. Unfortunately, in January of 1977, it suffered a fire, and the top 2 floors were burnt off, and it was renovated, but renovated modestly. Her granddaughter, Bonnie Mitsui, who was my client, returned to Cincinnati in 1993. She wanted to make a statement for herself in the food movement, and she knew that she had land back in Cincinnati. She returned here. She started doing organic farming, became a force in the organic farming and the food movement that's taken place. And over time, after her grandmother passed away, she cobbled together all of the lands and purchased them from her family members, her uncles and her cousins, and put together her own estate here of that 240 acres that she has today. We've just now renovated and completed the renovation of the Mishaw House. As I said, it burnt in 1977, and it was put back in a much more modest condition, a condition that even Bonnie was not very proud of. Unfortunately, Bonnie passed away in May of 2013, and this has been sitting with us in the middle of this organic farm since then. So her son Chuck Mitsui, who lives in Hawaii, and I, as trustees of Turner Farm Foundation, decided it would be appropriate for us to polish this jewel. So that's what we've spent the last year doing. We've been polishing the jewel of the Mishua House, and we just unveiled it this past Saturday. In unveiling it, we are creating a space for the community to come back and understand this other way of life, to have events here, to have corporate meetings, to have retreats, to have family celebrations, but to come back and re-embrace, as we said, a much more human scale relationship rather than the institutional or commercial or industrial relationship that we've grown accustomed to. So this is a calm, stress-free place to come and enjoy the space, enjoy the community. That's what this is all about.
What a great story. Thanks, Allie. We'll be back with more Cincy Lifestyle on the other side of the break. By the way, be sure to check us out on Instagram, where we post all kinds of behind-the-scenes pictures from here on the set. And while we're out in the community, be sure to follow us on Instagram at Cincy Lifestyle. All right, just a quick scan outside today. You can see a little gloomy, but not as bad as it was earlier.
That's right. We had a great show today. And coming up tomorrow here on Cincy Lifestyle, a rising local business is helping save the bees. Bee Haven Honey near Findlay Market will tell us all about their natural products made from honey and beeswax, plus how they're encouraging the bee population right here in the tri-state.
Then we'll have some wonderfully talented baila dancers here for the Northern Kentucky International Festival. All that and so much more happening tomorrow right here on Cincy Lifestyle.
Well, I remember when we learned how to do some
When you
international
learned.
dance.
I did not learn, as you can tell from my dancing. That's Cincy Lifestyle for Wednesday, March 11th.
Remember, reach out to us. We love hearing from you. We want to hear your ideas and thoughts about the show. So
No, we don't want to hear
contact
their
us.
thoughts about the show because it might not be that good.
That's right. Make it a great day.
Hey, thank you so much for watching our video. Now, if you liked what you saw, hit the subscribe button. You can also check out full episodes of the show you've never seen before or watch your favorites again and again. And as always, be sure to make it a great day.